Law enforcement officials in the United States, in the state of Georgia, are investigating threats against jurors who voted to indict the former President Donald Trump. It comes after the names and addresses of grand jury members were shared online. Earlier this week, Mr. Trump was indicted on 13 charges over his alleged attempts to overturn the state's 2020 presidential election results. Earlier, Politico's White House reporter Daniel Lippman told us more about the allegations.
Georgia is a kind of a unique state in that it allows names to be shared. Basically, it kind of requires when a grand jury is indicting a person for a crime, they share the names of the grand jurors. And so other states shield them because they don't want them to face threats from gangs or from the criminal, allies of someone who is indicted. But Georgia is a state that says, hey, we need to have some transparency here. But in the case of a former president who has millions of very hardcore supporters, and a small portion of them sometimes want to do violence against people against Trump, this is a concern. And so these jurors hopefully have some security or are being protected in some way.
Yeah, I mean, there was a recent case, wasn't there, of a woman who had threatened to kill a judge involved in all of these cases as well.
Yeah, and so that was the judge handling another of the Trump cases, someone who was appointed by Barack Obama. And so, of course, no one really liked her on the Republican side. And so most Americans are, do not want to get in jail. They've seen what happened on January 6th, where 1,000 of Trump supporters who stormed the Capitol have been arrested, many of them sent to jail. They've had their names and reputations, hurt, rightly so. And although what's interesting is that if Trump gets reelected, then he has promised to really pardon a lot of those people who had rioted on January 6th. Although that might be too late to, get people rehired who had lost their jobs because they stormed the Capitol.
Would all of this, I mean, for most people and such allegations, there would be a certain degree of damage done, reputational damage done. This doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to Donald Trump, even his court appearances. I mean, this is all now seen as part of his campaigning, positively, in fact.
Yeah, and you don't see many of his Republican critics in his own primary criticize him very often. And so they are talking about the weaponization of the Justice Department. They are saying that the Justice Department should focus on real crime and not this election stuff. And so it makes it very hard for these candidates to also get any attention in the media and oxygen to raise their name ID because all the story is just Trump crimes, Trump new charges, 90 plus felony charges he's facing now. And so for the next year, we're going to see all these trials. It's going to be very hard for these Republican candidates to break through. And Trump's supporters view his charges as the establishment is going against our guy again, so we better support him.
And that was Daniel Lippman there.